I did it. I finally did it. I finally finished reading one of my favorite series of all time that I've actually read like 3 times, but I finally did it. Let's talk about it. I finally finished. Good day, good day, good day. Welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Review. So this is another book review for you. As I mentioned in my intro, I finally did it. I finally finished a book series that I've actually read 3 times, but finally actually read everything in this series. We are talking about, of course, Robert Jordan's New Spring from the Wheel of Time book series, one of the best fantasy series ever written. So let's talk about this. If you haven't read New Spring and you are a Wheel of Time fan, I would definitely recommend it. So New Spring, this one kind of starts at the beginning of the Wheel of Time. So this one actually goes back to Moiraine and Siuan's days as accepted in the White Tower before they get raised to Aes Sedai and Moiraine's eventual meeting of Lan Mandragoran. And as you know from the Wheel of Time TV series or the book series, Lan Mandragoran is Moiraine Sedai's warder. So this goes back and tells the story of the warder and how they met and how their adventure began together, which is really cool, I think, because I love going back to the beginning and kind of seeing where it all started. Now, if you haven't read The Wheel of Time, you definitely need to read the Wheel of Time series, and this would actually be a really good place to start, in my opinion, because it goes back kind of the beginning before the events in the original main Wheel of Time works. I wouldn't say that it's a must-read for the series, not by any means, but it is a really nice addition to the Wheel of Time series, and I really like how it all played out. I love going back and seeing that happen. So this starts in the White Tower with Moiraine and Siuan before they are raised to Aes Sedai, and this is when they're first kind of discovering that there are things going on in the world with the Dragon Reborn being born and that kind of thing. Now, sorry if you kind of think that's a bit of a spoiler, but that is the premise of the entire Wheel of Time series, so it shouldn't be much of a spoiler. So this goes back to when they first learn of the Dragon Reborn being born on the slopes of Dragonmount and their beginnings of their search for the Dragon Reborn and who he is. This is also the beginning of what they learn about some dark secrets of the White Tower and who is pulling what strings where, and how they need to navigate this new world they find themselves as newly raised Aes Sedai within this world of the White Tower. So this was a really interesting read, and I really enjoyed the way it delved into that beginning with this series, and getting more of a backstory, more of a history of these two characters, these two very pivotal and important characters from the Wheel of Time, both Moiraine and Siuan Sanche. I really enjoyed learning more about Lan Mandragoran's past, his history, how he met Moiraine, what their encounter was like, and what brought them together, and eventually what caused them to become Aes Sedai and Warder bonded together. So this is a fascinating read and insightful into the beginnings of this story, and I really loved how that played out within this. So we also have an introduction to a lot of common elements and common themes that we see throughout the Wheel of Time, from the Black Aja to the power, the one power, and the 3 oaths that the Aes Sedai are bound by, and the water bond, and just really kind of delves into all these different elements that we see throughout the Wheel of Time world. And this is just really, really good and fun and entertaining. If you're a fan of the series, going and reading this, I think you're really going to enjoy New Spring. You're going to enjoy it for all those elements that are there. You're going to enjoy it for the backstory that it presents to you as a reader and a fan of the Wheel of Time TV show or the Wheel of Time books. I think this could work really well for either one. Now, of course, the TV show's kind of split amongst the fandom of whether it was good or great or not great or horrible. But I think that this is a great foundational read, although not a required reading. And I say that's like, I think you should read it because it really is a good and fun book to read, but I don't think it's required for an understanding of the Wheel of Time world. But I really enjoyed where that all started. I really enjoyed how this story started with Moiraine and Siuan and what led them and what caused them to go on this quest for the Dragon Reborn to begin with. That is just fun to really get into that. So I love seeing that from our characters, and I love how that played out within this book. And while in the original Wheel of Time books, we do get a lot of history and information about Lan's background and where he came from, what his destiny is with regard to the Malkieri and the Borderlands and all that good stuff. We get a lot of information about that throughout the, original Wheel of Time books. There is reference to Moraine's family, however, within the original Wheel of Time books and her history and the Damodred family and who they are. There's some reference to that, but what was really awesome about this is this book kind of got more into the history, the family, the politics of the Damodred family, and where they came from, what's going on, why Moraine is an important figure within this family, and who her family is. So that was a lot of fun, and just awesome to kind of get more of that background on Moraine, especially kind of seeing how the White Tower politics were getting involved in Moraine's family and the Damodred family, and what they were trying to pull the strings for, and what they were trying to get to be part of her and have her positioned where they wanted her. And of course, so kind of learning about where she came from, what the White Tower's politics are in relation to Moraine Damodred, and where she was going with that. That was a lot of fun as well, and I really love that aspect of it. Just overall, the book New Spring is just so much fun. It is such a good read. I really honestly enjoyed this book so much, and I am sure that if you are a Wheel of Time fan, that you most certainly will enjoy this book too, because I know I certainly did. And if you've never read the Wheel of Time, this is a great place to start. Pick it up, pick up New Spring, start right at the very beginning where it all started, and then move on. But if you haven't read Wheel of Time, you don't have to start here, but hey, it's a great place to start anyway. And if you have read Wheel of Time but haven't read this one, it's a great place to go back to. And I know that you'll enjoy it if you love the Wheel of Time as I do. So those are my thoughts on New Spring by Robert Jordan from the Wheel of Time book series. So, let me know in the comments down below, what did you think of this book series? How did you enjoy it? What did you like about it? What did you maybe not like about it? I gotta be honest, maybe I'm just biased in my love for the Wheel of Time series, but I'm not really thinking of much I could really critique in this book. I did enjoy it thoroughly through and through, everything in it. So let me know in the comments down below, what did you think? And of course, if you like this video, if you like this content, like, comment, and subscribe really helps out, and I really appreciate it. And definitely check all the links down below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, until next time, keep on reading. Bye!